there she is. There is my new acquisition, the XR500, 1983. It's older than I am. Anyway, this was the cheapest supermoto that I could find on Craigslist within a reasonable distance to go racing this weekend. It is currently Thursday night, and Saturday morning is when we start racing. So it's time to get this thing prepped. Let's go. Alright, so to keep myself on track, I decided to make a list of things to do. First off, we've got oil change, and then we gotta strip the bike of everything non-essential. This is like the bag on the back, just everything we don't need for racing. Then we gotta check the valves, because it's making a decent amount of noise. I think the valves are to blame. What else? We got to drill and safety wire. This includes the drain plug, also has to do with the exhaust bracket, or the exhaust bolts. I think if we can, we'll do the axle nuts. And, oh, that's right, the frame oil drain, since this has oil in the frame. I think that'll take care of everything. I'll check the racing manual again. I'm gonna check tire pressures. Now, nice to haves. This is like, if we get here. Replace, wow, that was awful. The clutch lever. It looks like it was some cheap Chinese, just slap on. I think I've got something that'll work, so might as well do that. And what else? That might be, shit. Pitch can, because you know we need one of those. All right, wow, this is a really awful list and really awful lighting, but yeah, let's get to some of this right now. We're gonna start with the oil change, right there. Yep, this one right here. Alrighty, let's start with the lower nut here. It's right by the lever. I warmed it up outside, as you could see, and oh shit, kicking it a million times. Let's see here, take this out. And then there's one up front here, I believe, somewhere. Gotta drain that. See how this oil looks. Ooh, it's looking, I don't know, it looks yellow, but not the good kind of yellow. Looks like puke. All right, I'm gonna undo the fill port, and hopefully it'll drain a little faster. Oh, it's already undone. Oh, it's some funky looking oil. It kind of looks like coolant. Like, check this out. Focus. It's got this weird green sheen to it. I don't know if I've ever seen oil like that. I'll let this drain out for a bit, and while that's going on, I'm gonna start ripping some stuff off this bike. Alright guys, so I had to move the ignition or the kill switch out of the way so I could get the speedo off. Speedo's not going to do us any good, it's broken anyway. There's a rat's nest of wiring in here. I'm going to try and tuck it up. The kill switch is wired into the actual loom. I was hoping it was run separate so I could just kind of eliminate most of this crap, but I'll tuck it up and it'll be fine. I'm going to pull the speedo cable out from the hub down there, because we don't need it, and the hub will act as a spacer at that point. This thing is still dripping oil slowly but surely. I pulled off the fanny pack that was on back here. Yeah, it was completely mismatched hardware. It was awful. And then I found this lovely bit of wiring down here. This was kind of spliced in there with just one of those like twist-on nuts, and just absolutely coated in. Hey, focus. Just absolutely coated in electrical tape. Actually, I think it was duct tape, but you know, whatever. So this is for a different day. We're going racing. We don't need this shit. Next, I think, pull the plate off. I think I'll pull the plate off, all this stuff, these stupid reflectors, which are probably just... Get that crap off. This comes off next. I'm going to start pulling the seat, the tank, all the body work that's kind of in this midsection off, so I can get to the head. And I don't know, I might try and restaple this seat cover on. This is kind of embarrassing. Alright, let's get to it. Look at that stapling. What in the hell is this? This is a rat's nest of random crap. Wait, this was shoved in the air. Oh my god. Alright, what do I need and what do I not need? Oh god. It's just spaghetti. Mom's spaghetti. Ugh, gross. These 10s or these 8s? 8s. Or at least I hope they're 8s. None of there's like almost no matching hardware on this entire bike. Oh, maybe they are. Oh no, they're threaded. Alright, airbox. Sweet. Filter doesn't actually look too bad. Alright, let's get the other panel off. Is this thing holding on with one bolt? Ah, and it's a 10. Why? Nope. Cool. Alrighty, it looks like the tank's held on by two itty bitty little 8s, one on this side, one on the other side, and then the strap that was holding it on the rear. Oh, yeah, I wish I had one more hand here. There we go. Get out of the way, bars. There we go. Alright, it's looking better. Now I can see where some of these wires go. Maybe. All those ones from the rear come up here into this, oh god, giant ball of electrical tape. Awesome. This is gonna be fun. Oh hey, here's the CDI unit, which should be attached to this. But it's not. We got, what is this, an ignition coil? Yeah, ignition coil. What's this stuff? Alright, this gray line is for ignition. And I think this lights, this little black, this black cable I think is for lights. Yes. Yes, that looks about right. This is gonna be a nightmare. Probably just keep most of the wiring intact since it runs and just tuck it up and deal with it when I want to put this thing back on the street. I guess let's drain the oil from the frame. Alright, so I think this is where the oil for the frame drains out. Let's take a look. I have a nice little catch ready here. In case it comes shooting out, which it probably will, and it'll go all over the floor. Oh yeah. Holy crap. Alright, let's just... Woo! Oh god. Oh, that's a lot of oil. Wow. Oh man. That is significantly more oil than I thought was in there. And now my little oil drain thing is full. Holy crap, that's a lot of oil. Wow. Alright. Let that drain out for a bit. Alrighty guys, while I wait for the rest of the oil to drip out of the frame, I'm going to try and drill through the frame plug and then the oil drain bolt so I can put safety wire on. I'm going to start with a punch, try and get this right about here, and try and knock it flat so I can try and drill through just this corner. I really don't want to go through the whole thing. That's going to take forever, and it's going to be a pain, and I'm probably going to break a whole bunch of bits. So hopefully we can just navigate through this edge. Let's find out. I don't have a ton of success drilling through bolts, namely because I do it by hand and I don't have a drill press. Alright guys, this one took a little bit more patience. I had to really lean into it. And then what I did is I drilled, so you can see, I drilled straight in and then I slowly started angling the drill bit back towards the top. So now it's got a little tab right there. So I can throw some safety wire through there and lock it up. So I can cross something off the list. Yay! Alright, I had to do that off camera because I had to put a ridiculous amount of pressure on this to get through. But we're through. Yep, that's it so far. Alright, I cleaned the bike and moved out the gigantic oil puddle that was under it. I'm just going to take off this rather useless looking mirror. And then the speedo cable before we go on to cleaning up the electrical. I think that'll be a nice little job. Get that all squared away and then we can do the valves. Okay. Alright, let's see how the speedo is connected. I'm guessing if I just pull this off, it kind of looks like the VTR 250 that I had. If I loosen this, I think I can pull this out. Probably have to loosen this up too to get the cable out of here. Oh, losing bolts. Take that off real quick. Alright, let's see if I can get this out just by unscrewing this. Oh, it just pulls out. Got it. Alrighty, I got a ton of zip ties here. I'm going to clean up some of this wiring. I've kind of separated everything into as individualized strands as I can. So like all of this kind of goes in one direction. All of this and this alone here. So what we're going to do is start bundling it up and kind of tying it in here somewhere. trying to leave the air box open. I mean, there's air in this side. I don't really want to block up all of this though. All right. Full refill. I'll revisit that when it becomes a supermoto again. Now for the front. Whoa. Alright, so for the front I gotta put the kill switch back in its lovely little place here. And I can work around that. Probably gonna tie everything to this bracket over here. That way it's out of the way and awesome. I think it's time for the valves. Alrighty, so to check the valves, you want to pull the spark plug. See if I can get in there. It's pretty tight. I'll have to see what I can get down in that hole. 1 second. Alright, so I can't get anything to get the spark plug out. But what I can do, well, I mean, it's going to make this job a little harder. But what I can do is remove these kind of sight windows. If I can do this without stripping out these already completely marred up galley plugs. That's one. That's two. Hopefully I can turn the engine over without taking the plug out. Alright, here we go. I'm going to try and spin the engine counterclockwise and line up the timing mark. Alright. One, I need a light. Okay, I got a light. Let's find that mark. Oh, okay, there's two lines. I think they're supposed to be like a T. I haven't seen a T yet. Oh, there's a T. Crap. We went past it. Alright, I'm gonna turn this off for right now so I can line this up real quick. Alright, it took me a few attempts. But if you look in there, you can see a T. That's top dead center. Alright, let's get to the valves. Alright, these are some big ass caps. I didn't have the metric equivalent, but they're like 15/16 standard. And my bike is on a stand and I really don't want to knock it over right now. Let's see. Oh, it's on there tight. Hip check it. Oh, yep. Yep, that's gonna hurt in the morning. One. Two. Let's go for three. Three. Alright, cool. That scared the shit out of me. Something falling in the garage. Oh, and that's four. Alright, so I guess the exhaust is... Wow, you can't see that at all. Well, this is 0.004 inches or 0.10 millimeters. And then intake is 0.002 inches. Is that, wait, it's inches, right? Yeah. And 0.05 millimeters. So let's see if we can check the exhaust valves here. Wow, that's actually, this one's about, yeah, that's pretty close. How about you? Intake side. Intake side is... intake side might be a little tight. A little tight on this side too. Exhaust looks... exhaust could be loosened up a little bit as well. Alright, I'm going to adjust these. I think you've seen me do it on the XR500. Basically loosen this nut and turn the screw in the middle to go more tight. And then you hold that while you lock up the lock nut, and that'll get you what you need. Alright, yeah, that took like way longer than I want to admit, but the valves should all be set. And I just put the covers back on. I think we should probably fill this thing with oil before I go to bed so I don't forget about it, and then try and kick it over tomorrow. So that'll be the last thing I do tonight, and then we'll carry on in the... Alright, let's throw 2 quarts of oil in this bad boy, and should do it for most of the big major things that we had to take care of. Just gotta silicone a few things. Whoa, okay, that's not stable. Oh, it's slowing down now. Might have to give her a couple kicks, get that circulating. Alright, so I added a couple things to this, but I need my sense of accomplishment before turning in for the night. Got the oil change done, stripped everything that doesn't need to be on it, checked the valves. These are down there. Seat cover, axle nuts I still gotta do, got silicone stuff. Gotta bleed the brakes, check tire pressure, clean it, catch can. This is probably not gonna get done, but we did a decent amount. The rest of this stuff should be pretty easy, so I should be able to take care of it tomorrow. I'm gonna run the bike up and down the block in the morning, make sure the valves are good.